Okay. If somebody's viewing this, I am just trying to see if my mic is louder. Because I was listening to my earlier stream and the mic, I can't even hear it. I couldn't even hear it. I gotta figure out the right place to put sounds. I'm very particular with sounds. Because I might be deaf. Partially deaf. I don't know. Okay, bear with me. You're gonna hear an echo. Oh, I still have those headphones plugged in. Let's see. Is it too loud? Do I need to take the decibels down? Is it too loud? Do I need to take the decibels down? Bear with me. I'm about to scream. Bear with me. I'm about to scream. I don't want to be too loud. uh. No, I don't think it's too loud, actually. I am kind of getting in the red zone, though. No, I don't think it's too loud, actually. I am kind of getting in the red zone, though. Sorry, I'm going to mess with my computer settings just to see what happens. Sorry, I'm going to mess with my computer settings just to see what happens. Because I'm getting a lot of hitting the red zone, and I don't want to keep doing that. Okay. Just messing with the levels to see how it goes. How about that? Yeah, it definitely went down. Didn't it? Maybe I'm gonna leave it at the plus 20. Because I saw the getting in the red, but let's see. Yeah, it's definitely better here. I'll have to mess with the game's level too. I was trying to do like a. I'll have to mess with the game's level too. I was trying to do like a. Gosh, it's unflattering. So sorry. There's just really this guy on TikTok. And put these on back on. And he's going on about how archaeologists are constantly changing the information. Or as he calls them, snarcheologists. Now, you see, I have a BS in archaeology and geographic sciences. And what you have to realize about science is that information is constantly changing. We might think something is right, but we are in fact wrong. And when we know we're wrong, we'll go back and try to fix it. Well, fix the way that people learn about this stuff. It's not that we, like, concretely knew we were right. Like all science, archaeology is an ever-changing field because we don't know everything about the past. We don't have the records for everything. And that's what I think people don't realize sometimes, is that this stuff is always changing. We're always getting new information. We're always finding things. We're digging things up. We're finding new dinosaurs. We're finding new civilizations still. So what we know right now might be wrong. So I'm kind of talking in a circle here, and I'm sorry about that. Oh, fuck, I'm stuck. I'm stuck. So what we know might be wrong. But we're never saying that it is a concrete fact. Because I've worked in places like that. Like, I've worked at Montpelier, which is James Madison's house. And they found all this, like, what the people back then considered trash. But we were finding, like, plates and stuff like that. I don't know where I'm going here. We found... I was working specifically, I think it was the North Kitchen. I also worked in Italy. I took a field school in Italy. And it was at one of the oldest... Where am I going here? I don't know. Hold on. I can't see anything. There's this... Okay. It was at this place called Monte Sinace. Now, Monte Sinace was this town, and it was kind of like, you'd think of like a Greek city, where it had an Acropolis, and then down below it had like the poor people, the I can't think of the right term right now. And I was working in the lower area. But this place was old. This place was settled when the Greeks came over. It was never really like conquered by Rome. It was just kind of absorbed into Rome. But we found the structure, and I didn't know what it was. I don't think we really knew what it was. So that was the whole thesis at the end, was like, okay, write a paper on why you think this structure is what you think the structure is. I don't even remember what I thought it was. I think maybe I thought it was like a tower. Like it was the base of the tower, because it had these 4 like pillars. Or it was a gate. I think that was the other thing. But it would be in a weird place for a gate, because it wasn't like in the front of the town. Anyway, they're constantly getting new information. Like Pompeii. Pompeii's still being worked on. It's not done. Pompeii is still being worked on. I don't know why I'm going off about archaeology, but... Ooh, whoa, I just moved things. Shit. God damn it. At least Control Z works. Anyway, I guess I'm overly educated. That was the point of the man's thing. Dinosaurs, it's another thing. We used to think they're big lizards, but they're not. I mean, some of them might have been. but they were more closely related to birds. There's stuff about space that we thought we knew. Then something comes around and it breaks physics, and it's like, oh, cool. Well, that fucks up our theory. No, I see a lot of stuff about like pseudo archaeology on TikTok, and it's bullshit. A lot of it is total bullshit. Some of it is like the aliens built the pyramids. No, you just don't want to accept that people that aren't white knew how to do things. That's what it is. So you never hear about aliens building like temples to gods. In Greece, you never hear about aliens building Stonehenge. Even though actually you do hear about aliens building Stonehenge, maybe, sometimes. They definitely didn't. Anyway, a lot of pseudo-archaeology is based in racism. I also see a lot of people like posting like they found this trireme in the Mediterranean and it had some kind of device. It had a cell phone. It's like, and then it's because some quack put his theory out and everybody's taking it as fact. It's like, I don't know, if I knew more about archaeology, I'd be one of those people that was like, yeah, you're wrong. Sorry about it. But I'm not really in the archaeology field anymore. It's mostly something I did when I was in college. So I did 2 field schools, and then I worked for the archaeology lab for 2 years. I wish I'd stayed, but everybody got laid off. But now I mostly do stuff for I don't know, I do a lot in my job. It's like telecommunications. That's basically how I sum it up. It's like telecom. So when I started with this thing called pole loading, where you make like a digital version of a telephone pole. And you put like cables, and we have like all the cables at like AT&T and Verizon and Comcast and whatever we'd use. And we'd have all the weight, and then the program would like calculate like wind resistance and all that stuff to see if a pole could handle like if they wanted to put a new fiber on the pole. And then that whole department got moved to North Carolina. So then I was working like with Verizon, like laying out cable maps for when people go and lay out the cables. And then I was like, you know what? I really would like to work in the field department. And so I started working with that because I know how to use a transit. That was the other thing. I knew how to use a transit, which I learned when I worked for the archaeology lab. Archaeology lab. I don't know if anybody's finding this interesting. So I'd go and I'd measure telephone poles with this long stick, and you could like, it's like a long fiberglass stick, You just keep rising it up and you hook it onto the thing. I do like transit work all around the city of Boston. That was so much fun. Maybe one day I'll be able to do it again. It depends on how I do with the prosthetic. I wish I had a more interesting background. I could probably put things behind me. I don't know. I have this like steamer trunk that was my grandmother's. My mom let me have it when she died. My grandmother died, not my mom. She's still alive. Um, but I could. I don't know. Right now you can see games. You can see a game I will probably eventually get back to, but that's been kind of divisive. Not really divisive. Most people banned it. Cyberpunk. Cyberpunk. I'll get back to it one day. Because I have a PS5 now, I can get back to it. Because every time I would go to my apartment, goddamn game would crash. Am I watching my own channel? Do I count as a viewer? No. I don't know if I should just do these like chat sessions. But now I'm back to an office job, which I don't like sitting in the office. I like working with my hands. I like being out, moving around. To be honest, if I could, I would take a retail job, but it doesn't pay as much. 'Cause our country is fucked. I'd like to move away. That was my plan. My plan was move to California after I graduated college. Then I met this Dorcas. He's upstairs. He's watching TV. I was like, well, guess I'll go back to the East Coast because I lived in Denver for 6 months and it worked. Don't kill me. Oh, thank you for watching. Tomorrow I will have a better camera. Right now it's all about the mic right now. The cheap $50 headphones. But however, the mic sounds alright. They seem to have increased. I don't know, I have a very low, not low, but I don't talk very loud. I can be loud. I just don't talk very loud. Looking at my Star Wars figures. I don't know. I wish. Well, I am on my laptop. I kind of wish the cabinets were behind me. Then you can see all the models and Star Wars figures and Marvel figures and video game figures and Power Rangers figures and how much money I have wasted on this stupid hobby. Wish I could play with them, but I can't. Mm. Okay, well, I think I fixed the mic, so I'm gonna stop. If you watched